Well, this is our project house. My name's Jim, and I am soon to be the owner of this home. We know that it's in rough shape, and I've walked through a couple of times, but you are seeing exactly what I'm walking into. I haven't touched or moved a thing, literally. So as you can see, super fine front yard. Very nice. Well, what you can't experience is the smell. But here we are. So, the guy that I'm buying this house from is a realtor, and this was a rental property of his. Part of the agreement is that he has to fix the roof and the foundation before we buy it. The rest of the repairs are ours to deal with. But you can see that we've got some broken glass. At least one pane is still good. I'm going to warn you in advance, this is especially gross. So when we go to get rid of the fridges, I'm not even going to open them. But countdown in 3, 2, 1. Yep, those are dead mice in a clogged up sink. Very cool. This is one of the things that I noticed is that there's plenty of gang stuff sitting around. And I, for one, am particularly aware that the current owner said that it was a older guy with several of his family members, and at their last count, they were up to 13 people in this house. Oh, I never noticed that. Now that's interesting, because I know for a fact that there were keys hanging on this hook earlier. So I think we're going to be changing the locks much sooner than later. So this back door leads out to a deck that is super sketchy. There's no power to the house right now. So it's going to be kind of dark down here. Again, no power. Here's the living room. And visible piles of mouse crap on the floor. That's awesome. So, last time I was here, I know I saw a couple of mice run around. And according to the current owner, There was a cockroach and bed bug infestation, which they had professionally treated. So it's kind of nice. It's got boiler heat, but there's no existing functionality to that boiler right now because the registers are so beat up. I said this was the only source of heat in the house. And you can kind of see back there on the floor just how far the floor has sunken. That's a good 3 inches, I would say. And the fun part is this is after the people moved out. So a couple of TVs. Yeah, I've been meaning to take a count of the mattresses. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is too dark. There are no mattresses or anything in here. Oh, it's showing up surprisingly well on my phone. That window is missing a pane, or missing the whole sash actually. And you can see there's visible gaps in the concrete here. You can see just how much things have settled. It occurred to me that maybe this cast iron drain system, this cast iron sewer, is holding up the house to some point. 2, 3, 4, 5. And this leads us out to the backyard. So plenty of stuff, obviously. I did come and paint over some of the gang stuff that was on the walls. Part of what sold me on this house is the fact that we have, inside of city limits, a 25 by 30 foot shop. I also kind of like the fire pit, though I'm not wild about dry grass all the way around it. Neighbors have dogs. Hello, pooches. You can see just a general state of disrepair. There was also some gang stuff up here that I painted over. That's literally the only thing I've done so far, is just paint over graffiti, stickers, that sort of thing. And yeah, start preparing for getting things moving. But I'm going to pause while I open up the garage. Okay, so here we are in the garage. As you can see, more gang stuff. The existing owner said that he bought this property largely for this shop, so that he would have storage space for some of his stuff for his rentals. And that's really what kicked all of this off. Was I asked if any of my friends on Facebook had a garage space that they could rent out to me so I could work on my motorcycles in a heated shop. And yeah, current owner brought me here, and I was like, yeah, I'm not moving motorcycles and tools in here. Behind that shovel is a literal hole in the wall. So I'm not moving motorcycles and tools in here until it's secure. And he just said, well, to be honest, this house is a problem for me, and if a person offered me X dollars, I would take it. And so I went home and talked to my wife, and she said, yeah, let's do it, because we currently live in a trailer and we want out of it. So one of my One of my bucket list things is I would like to build a house. So although this wouldn't exactly be building a house, as you can tell from the state, there is a lot of work to do. And it's basically going to be the equivalent of building a house by the time I'm done with it. So that's it. That's where we stand. This is ground zero. Yeah, thanks for coming along. We'll set it up as we go.